geography. Hi, I'm Alex Graham and I study physical geography.
Hi, I'm Alex S and I do human and physical geography. This is the observation deck providing views of Reykjavik city. Exhibitions included the man-made ice cave, tectonic activity, realistically rendered model of a cliff and the glacier exhibit. We are here in an artificial glacier in the Pearland Centre.
What we can hypothesise from this glacier is that the extreme temperatures are needed to keep its formation, and that currently the temperatures are allowing these glacial formations to disappear. This means that when we visit the real glacier, we can expect that there will be large amounts of glacial retreat.
Once we visited the real glacier, we'll be able to see how much climate change has impacted this area of geography and how much ice has actually been lost to rising temperatures.
The white lines are the current coastline, and then the blue is where the new sea level will get to due to the glaciers melting if they continue to retreat.
This is showing the steps up to and after a subglacial eruption on the interactive whiteboard. For example, after an eruption from the Katla volcano, which is nearby to Reykjavik, and this shows the sheer volume of ash that can enter the atmosphere after such an explosive eruption.
Hi, we're at a fault in the mid-ocean ridge and we're on the American plate side. Here is a formation of basaltic rock which has come from past eruptions, and you can see here the layerings very clearly.
Standing in a fracture of the mid-ocean ridge, which is a central structure of the ridge forming the island of Iceland. So it's an expanding system where two plates are pulled apart, in this case two continental plates, which are the Eurasian and the North American plates. So this is a hot spot where it upwells a huge amount of material and gets deposited continuously over thousands of years until it rises above sea level, which forms the island of Iceland. This rift is on land and is many kilometres wide. The magmatic material gets trapped underneath the crust, and only a small amount gets ejected over a few years out of the crust, which forms extra land.
The rock is very porous and crumbly because it's basaltic. It's got a low viscosity. This side on the left, which is the southeastern side, has more lichen on the rock because this is older rock. Then on the right, on the northwest side, there is less lichen. This is because there is two different faces of rock with different aspects.
The Vikings chose this area as it is the cultural centre of Iceland, which meant that many people would travel to come and listen to parliamentary meetings, etc. This area is classed as the geological law rock, as they used to call it, where they used to pass laws in this parliament building behind.
This is the Strokka geyser, which erupts the most frequently. It erupts roughly every 4 to 8 minutes. We recorded around 4 minutes. There are around 30 geysers in this park. The Great Geyser is actually now dormant, so we're unsure of the frequency of that. And the site is managed by the government, and there are no restrictions on entry.
Waterfall was formed in the period of the last ice age by glacial retreat, and large amounts of water were coming down here and it's paved the way forward.
So this waterfall is actually super big, and you can see there is so much water flooding over the edge. In terms of safety, the only thing that's stopping people from going any further is literally a rope, because it's not very safely managed. The glacier is affected by 60 metres of retreat annually, where 2/3 of ice is lost in the summer, equating to 7 centimetres a day. Researchers from the university measured the length of this cable every 6 months using a rod to measure the thickness and rate of retreat.
So I reckon if you do 1, 2 and then...
We're standing by this main funeral hall. This is 77 degrees and has a very acidic pH. So this warms the river all the way down into the main village and gets colder and colder as you go down.
This site is behind the Helge volcano, looking at geothermal energy and fumarolic activity. Here I'm measuring different compositions of the water using a probe to collect temperature, pH and conductivity data. Temperature increases, pH gets more acidic at each site as we ascend, following the streams to the fumaroles.
The plant is made up of 7 turbines and produces over 2,300 gigawatt hours of electricity per year, which is almost 3 times what is used by all households in the country. Hot water production from the plant amounts to 14 million tonnes per year, and this figure is set to increase. The benefits are higher temperatures can be reached very quickly, but this is not reliable as it can fluctuate. Consequences of the plant include the production of hydrogen sulfide, and this can cause the land to be unstable.
Selton is home to hot springs, mud pools and the overwhelming smell of sulphurous gas. So we're on the way to Jaime Island and we're going to climb up the 2 cones and measure the lichen on each cone. These behind me are lava boulders from the 1973 eruption. So they ended up here after rolling continuously from the original site of eruption. So they roll over themselves and they cool slightly and then they tumble over the top. So they just continuously do that until the material at the top is no longer moving, and then it slows down. You can see the devastation that it's caused to this building.
We're here at the top of the Eldfell volcano that last erupted in 1973, and behind us are the lava flows that you can see.
This is one of the houses that was destroyed by the lava flow from the Eldfell eruption in 1973.
Eldfell erupted from a side cone and deposited large amounts of ash over the island. The powerful lava flows lasted 5 months and made the island 20% bigger than it was originally, with more than 400 homes destroyed, and it also led to temporary evacuation of the whole island.
This is how high the lava was that came from the Eldfell eruption in 1973, and it actually covered most of this graveyard to my right.
This is the Harriet waterfall, where water is draining from the Langlockle glacier, flowing between different contacts, exploiting the hole in the rock. The landscape is very autumnal scene. It's got many deciduous trees, which are natural to the landscape. It's rock filtered water, which is very pure, so it's used for a lot of Icelandic traditions such as bathing.
Some lava flows you can see with lots of lichen on them.
You can detect the age of the lava surface from these lava flows by the size and species of the lichen.
Lava layers fuse together, and as the rock on the outside cools, the hot magma is protected and continues to flow through, and a collapse in the magma field creates the cave.
So this is the 2021 new eruption site. You can see the lava flows here, and there's gas still steaming around there. When this first erupted, it would have been around 1,200 degrees, and it now should be around 600 degrees as it starts to solidify.
So we're looking at the morphological features here, especially these ripple structures are where the lava has become more viscous and from pressure below. The sloping area here and going down this way is where the lava is starting to solidify, and there's a smooth surface above and then a layered surface underneath, and it incorporates lots of stuff from the valley floor when it's cascading down the valley, and it has a rippled bottom where it is scarred by the rocks on the valley floor.
This is basaltic lava that's most commonly found in Iceland, and it's got sulphur gas bubbles inside it, and this makes it extremely crumbly.